I love to see our guests who can bring a can-do message to our visionary womanpreneur viewers and listeners. And today, I'm taking you to meet, I think, one of the world's best. Welcome to this BVTV Behind the Button trilogy, coming to you from the UK studios of BizVision. I'm your host, Malcolm Gallagher. Now, my guest has made her way in the tough fashion industry for more than 30 years with tremendous success. She's the founder of Frocks. I love the name. I love that title of her company, Frocks, and passionately helps, influences, and supports women in their entrepreneurial endeavors. She's the author of Behind the Button. So let's meet Jill Strickland Brown. Hello, Jill.
Hey, Malcolm. I'm so honored to be here. Thank you so much. And coming from the US, so it's great to be in England.
Yes, well, welcome. Hey, listen, we can do fashion over here as well,
You guys have some great fashion. I'm telling you, Kate is an inspiration for sure.
Yes. Mine, I go back to the 60s in Carnaby Street, so and flower power and the big kipper ties and things like that.
It's all back. If you live long enough, it all comes back, right?
I'm glad about that the moths haven't got to it. Jill, every entrepreneur usually starts out with a dream or a vision, which is good, but bringing that dream to reality is the real challenge. Start wrong, and it can all quickly collapse. For our many visionary womanpreneurs, can you kindly give your advice on how you see the essentials, the building blocks of success?
Yes, and you hit the nail on the head, which is start with a vision. So any of other business people or young people that I mentor, I ask them the question, what did you dream of when you were at night dreaming of opening your business? What did you see? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? Right down to the colors of the walls, the fixtures, who you were going to help, all of that. And I have to tell you, my store was in my head well before I made it. So I absolutely just built what I had in my head. So I think it's really important to stick to your vision.
Yeah. The vision, though, sometimes there's a bit of a reality to that vision, because we all can say that silly thing, I'm going to start off to be a millionaire. Well, that's not the real vision, is it?
No. It takes a lot of work. What does Tony Robbins say? He says, behind every successful person, there's 10 years of work. So you're not an overnight success. You are not. It takes like you said, building blocks. So years and years of work is when you see a successful person. And then the other thing that I would say too is, you definitely, even sticking to that vision, even when, like you said, it doesn't seem like you're going to get there, just kind of like a GPS. You start somewhere and then the end goal, and then you take the action steps every day to get you to that goal. And you're going to get a lot of advice along the way. You're going to have well-intentioned people giving you advice. And again, I just think it's really important. You can get lost in that advice that people give you. And again, you just really have to stick to exactly what you dreamed of. And I think that clear message is really important, because you want to put out in the world a distinct point of view, because that differentiates you, and it also doesn't confuse your audience. So I think that's really important.
Yeah. Now, talking about that advice, I've been around a while in helping business support, and I've seen so much misleading advice, particularly since the internet started. So people are bundling stuff out to me. Within 48 hours, you'll be making $5,000 a week, and that sort of thing there. How do you suggest to the people you mentor to sort out the wheat from the chaff, should we say?
I agree. There's a lot of information out there, and you can, I wouldn't say waste, but you have to be very specific of what coaches that you hire, or mentors, or people, because, what I've discovered is there's layers. There's coach upon coach upon coach. So you have to really hire the people behind you that share your vision, really understand what you're trying to achieve. And again, it all goes back to that vision. When you hire a coach or you hire a mentor or you take an online course, again, you have to figure out, what's my back end? What's my purpose for doing this? And when you have a clear vision, then you can get the people behind you to help you do that. So yes, there is many, I could take a course every day. So you just have to figure out what's the best fit.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've got the vision, we know what we want to do. We want to open frocks. And we've got that particular vision. What then comes next in your mind? The business plan, the funding, the products, the location?
All of it. I had a business plan. I was very lucky in that I started in a manufacturer. So I had very good knowledge of clothing, construction. And that is one of the analogies, or many analogies, that I use throughout the book is, the dye bath. And then I would say I was very lucky again that I was a rep before I opened my store. So I sold to women who had clothing stores, and I wanted to be them. I saw these strong, empowered women that were making an impact on the world. So I wanted to be them. And they always say success leaves clues. So for me, I just looked up to other women and tried to achieve what they achieved. And it took, many years. I'm coming up on 20 years in my store, and I learned something every day.
Yes, yeah. Listen, just before we finish this episode, I need to squeeze in a little extra one. Can you tell me if Sue Ellen's padded shoulders are coming back?
Oh, the power suit. No, no. So, the world has changed with COVID, and we live in this, hybrid world where you and I, it's a miracle really of technology that I'm talking to you from America and England. So I would say, since everyone is staying home, it's definitely, the workplace has gotten much more casual.
Excellent. Yeah. Thanks, Jill. Now let's give viewers and listeners details of your URL, your website address, which obviously, viewers, you can see on the screen behind me. But for listeners, let me spell it out to you. It's all the W's, Jill, which is spelled Jill, Jill Strickland Brown, JillStricklandBrown.com. Now, Jill's book is called Behind the Button: My Journey in Life and Fashion and How They Are Interwoven. In episode Jill's given you both solid and sensible advice based on her experience and success. In episode 2, I'm going to delve a little bit further, in my way, into the blend of fashion and business for womenpreneurs. So are you up for that, Jill?
Oh, yes. I love helping and spreading my message to as many women as I can.